Good morning to all. I'm Dr.A.Prabhavathy, Assistant Professor, PG and Research Department of History, Sri Sarada College for Women, Autonomous, Salem 16. Today my topic, Mughals, Art and Architecture. The Mughals were great builders. Their magnificent and beautiful buildings have come to us. They were really attractive and decorative. Fergus said that Mughal architecture was the foreign origin. Persian's influence was one of the most feature of the Mughals architecture. The buildings were noted for its massiveness and simplicity, and the buildings of the Sirsa were known of decoration of delicacy. Let us discuss the development of art and architecture under various Mughal kings. Introduction. Mughal architecture referred to the Indo-Islamic architecture. Mughal emperor in the 16th, 17th and 18th centuries across the Indian subcontinent as their empire grew and transformed. It derived from proceed Muslim rural styles of architecture in India, Iranian and Central Asian architecture, legacies especially Daimur architecture. During the reign of Akbar 1556 to 1605, it also assimilated and synthesized ideas from wooded Indian architecture. Large purpose domes, then minors of comes vast halls, large arches, doorway, and execute organization ornamentation in all hallmark of Mughal architecture that can be found in modern day Afghanistan, Bangladesh, India, and Pakistan. Mughal architecture. The Mughal Empire was created after Babar victory of Panipat in 1526. During his 5 years ruler, Babar was keen builder. A few of the structures have survived. Akbar, his grandson, built much and the style flourished under the ruler. The Shalmir, the Shalimar Garden in Kashmir were commissioned by Akbar and son Jahangir. During the reign of Emperor Sher Shah, who built the Taj Mahal, the Taj Masjid, the Shalimar Garden and Lahore, the Wazir Khan Mosque, and reconstruction the Lahore Fort, Mughal architecture achieved its pinnacle. Aurangzeb, the last great Mughal architecture, designed the Bakshas mosques, Bibika Maqbara, and Modi Masjid, among other structures. Features of Mughal architecture. Hindu, Persian, and Islamic influence and combined in Mughal architecture. Large bulbous onion domes, fragmentally flanked by four smaller domes, are a typical features of many structures. White marble as well as red sandstone are used. Pachan carry ornamental work and jolly latticed screen are examples of exquisite ornamental workmanship. On all four sides, magnificent buildings are encircled by garden. Mosques with hug courtyard are very popular. Calligraphic inscription in Persian and Arabic contained Quranic verses. The main building is approached by a series of large gateway and two or four sides There are events, decorative charities are used, chalice and jarogas are used. Mughal architecture. Babur built mosques and Panipat and Rahil Khan, both which as completed in 1526. A ruler, however, was much too brief to inspire any new style approached. Babur built many buildings as it did not any no Indian architecture. He had mind to invite people from Constantinople, but his intention was not executed. Among the building constructed by Babur, two buildings were executed. One building was mosques in the Kabul Bagh at Panipat and the another sample. Humayun Humayun could not construct more building as they led very stormy life. A mosquito's fatbird was constructed with was decorative with enable title in the Persian style. Humayun reign was characterized a persistent fights of dominions with Sher Suri. As a result, he was unable to devote much to art and architecture. He oversaw the construction Dinaba but was unable to complete it. The Persian style gained popularity in the building during the time period. Sher in Delhi, he constructed the Quila-e-Kwana, old fort mosques, to commemorate his rule. He erected the famed Rohtas Fort in Pakistan and Sher Suri Mosque in Patna, both in Afghan architecture. His reign marks a shift from the Lodi to the Mughal architecture styles. He also reconstructed and extended and executed Maurya roadway, remaining the Sadak-e-Azam with subsequently become known as Grand Trunk Road. He made certain that the energy service and stays for travelers. Sesha Suri's tomb was erected of Sorcerer, where he was born. It's composed of red sandstone and sits in the middle of the lake. Sesha was carried on the traditional of the Delhi Sultanate period. Akbar, the golden age of Delhi as well as Mughal architecture began in 1556 when Akbar came to through up Delhi. The usage of red stones was the prominent aspect of the structure throughout Akbar region. He also popularized to them term Tudor Arch, Fort Center's Arch. Agra Fort, it is a fortification Agra. It was one of the earliest structure to be built during Akbar rule. The majority of the construction inside the fort, however, were built during Sesha region. The following are some of the notable structures in the areas. Modi Masjid by Sesha. Diwan-i Fatehpur Chikri. The construction of the new capital city by Akbar at Fatehpur Chikri is one of the highest of into Islamic architecture. The structures here exhibit of unique combination of Hindu and Persian architecture and have been described of the Prozan movement in history. The structure had except unique combinations of Hindu and Persian architecture and have been described as the Prozan monument in history. Dulant Darwaza, a 40 meters erect sandstone effect they erected in 1776 to elaborate Akbar victory over Gujarat, is one of the city's most notable structure. It is the world's tallest doorway. The tomb of Salim Chishti was erected in 1581. Paulan Darwas and Jama Masjids are also part of the imperial complex. In 1606, Jahangir decorative in more. The Mahal is a few stories effects built of columns that is based of the Persians but here ideas. Purchase court where Akbar is claimed to have played chess in the courtway. The Hiran Minar was named after the Akbar favorite elephant Hiran. He also acted as a traveler life horse. In Akbar also constructed Govind Dev shrines. Jahangir, he was not interested in construction beautiful buildings like their father. Itmat ud Daula tomb was constructed by Noor Jahan in memory of her father. Marble was used and the features on Indian architecture are found in his the building. Architecture took a backseat during Jahangir region as here focused more on paintings of other type of arts. He did, however, surprise of the construction of several notable monuments such as Akbar tomb in Sikandra. During his rule, he also built a number of gardens, including the Shalimar Bagh in Kashmir and Lahore. He also constructed the Modi Masjid. During the Jahangir reign, his wife Noor Jahan also constructed some largest construction project, one of the which being the tomb of the Itmad at Daular, Noor Jahan father. During the time white marble began the replaced the previously at least to red sandstone as the primary construction material. Itmat ud Daula tomb was the first Mughal structure composed entirely of the white marble. He is also some of the best masterpieces in Pietra Dura. Jahangir Dam was built at Lahore by his son Shah Jahan. Shah Jahan. The Mughal ruler were the great lover of buildings. Babur, the founder of Mughal dynasty, got pleasure and happy in seeing the paintings of flowers, springs and streams in his place. Painting was received great impute during his reign. Shah Jahan, as he was interested in construction beautiful buildings, he looked interesting in paintings. So the progress of painting was arrested during his period. The famous painters of the time of Shah Jahan were Mir Hassans, Anuba, Chitra and Chitramani. Shah Jahan, the Taj Mahal is best example of Mughal architecture, displaying the entire rank of wealth and majesty. It was built in honor of his wife Arjumat Banu Begum, also known as Mumtaz Mahal. The employment of calligraphy, biota, dura work, foreshortening method, Corbett style garden, and the usage of water in the premises for ornamentation were all hallmark of Mughal architecture. Apart from that, the Taj Mahal has several distinctive features. The jolly work in Taj Mahal is less like and incredibly execute. The marble carving were low relief. Apart from the Taj Mahal, Shah Jahan built a number of other monuments, gardens, and structures, including the Red Fort in Delhi, the Jama Masjidis in Delhi, and the Shalimar Bagh in Lahore. Aside from large scale structure, one of his outstanding work was the Peacock Throne, which is considered one of the next example for metalwork during this time period. Aurangzeb, Mughal architecture director under Aurangzeb region. He did not take an active interest in the pursuit of art and architecture since he was puritanical. Aurangzeb, on the other hand, commissioned of construction Bibica Maqbara in honor his wife Begum Rabia ud Daurani. It is located in Aurangzeb and is said to be poor copy of Taj Mahal. Mughal kings not only architecture and interested and other music, paintings, literatures. The Mughals were the lovers and supporters of music. Power not only liked music but also wrote poetry. Humayun was fond of the music and set apart of Monday and Wednesday for listening the music. Pacha was the court of musicians and Humayun. Was also the great lover of music. There were memories musicians of the various countries presented in his court of Akbar. Abul Fasar that three of 36 singers and performance of various instruments. Literature, he was took a scholar and a writer. Humayun, Akbar, Jahangir, Shah Jahan, especially Jahangir. He wrote his biography entitled Dusik in Jahangir. The written of a period of Dusik Masitri, Jahangir, and Iqbal Nama I Jahangir. And Shah Jahan, he was man of the letters and a patron of writer of scholar. It knows without saying that the art and architecture flourished using the reign of Akbar, reached in peak at the time of Shah Jahan. It began to decline the time of Aurangzeb, a fantastic Muslim ruler. Conclusion: Mughal architecture is a unique Indo Islamic architecture style. They flourished northern and central India from the 16th to the 18th century under the patronage of the Mughal monarchs. It was stunningly symmetrical and ornate blend versions Turkish and Indian architecture. Thank you.